Hello and welcome to Simon's Bird Blog. Now this week we're going to be looking at feeding birds. So a lot of people think that you should only feed birds in the winter, and it's true that birds do need more energy and require food in the winter, especially when it's harsh. But basically my view on it is you should feed birds all year. Now that doesn't mean they become totally dependent, because obviously there are natural food in the spring and summer, and a lot of birds adapt to an insect diet in that time. Anyway, I just want to talk to you about feeding birds and some of the foods that you can put out for them and some of the pitfalls. So as you can see, I've put out a range of foods for birds. Now the standard bird mix is wild bird seed. Now wild bird seed is a staple of all birds. It's cost effective, and basically you should feed these to all birds: finches, pigeons, doves, robins, and you can feed it on a table or in a feeder. The other thing that a lot of people think about when you're feeding birds is peanuts. Now some people think you should only feed peanuts in the winter, but I provide peanuts all year. The important thing is to make sure they're fed in a feeder that's meshed and not fed whole, because in the breeding season you don't want chicks to choke on peanuts, but peanuts are important all year as a food source. The next type of food, for those that are interested in attracting goldfinches, is Niger seed. Now Niger seed is a very fine seed, and it is ideal for goldfinches and siskins. You need to put it in a special kind of feeder, but basically it will attract lots of birds. And for your insectivores, your robins and your blackbirds and thrushes, you can provide them with dry mealworms. You can also feed them live mealworms as well, but it's a good supplement to add to the diet. Now on top of that, you've got your fat balls. Now fat balls are ideal for feeding all year, and they provide a source of protein and fat and oils for your bird. The downside is how you buy them. So normally when you buy them, they come in packaging. Plus it's not recycling, and green netting, which also is not recyclable. So ideally you need to buy it in a bucket where there's no wrapping and extra packaging. Next thing you need to think about is how and where you're going to feed the birds. So most of the time you want to provide feeders, and as you can see I've got a bird table. So feeders come in many shapes and sizes. So this is a classic peanut feeder. It's meshed, so only small peanut fragments can be removed from it. And this is essential for attracting blue tits, great tits, and if you're lucky like I was this year, a great spotted woodpecker. You've then got your fat ball holder, like I was talking about, fat balls not in the green netting, and the birds peck and can take the fat balls. Then you've got the classic seed feeder that basically got different access points and lots of birds can provide food for. Also, a good bird table is ideal. It provides food for birds to feed off the ground, and any seed that scatters on the ground will be picked up by doves and pigeons. It's important to make sure your bird table is placed in a central area, not too near any fences, to stop animals like cats and that jumping onto the bird table, but near enough to cover so if you get sparrowhawks visiting your garden, small birds can get into the undergrowth. And finally, don't forget the most important element. As well as food all year round, you should make sure you provide good fresh water that should be cleaned on a regular basis. All of these things are important and birds will rely on, especially as we get warmer weather. Anyway, I hope you found my tips useful. Tune in next week for more Simon's Birds.